What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. Hope you guys enjoy the intro. That's pretty funny. I got my typical people here. We got Will.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm pulling on Billy, drinking Monster.
Drinking the Monster. That's what's up. We got a fun show for everybody today. We got some good content lined up. What's up, Car? How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good area.
I'm not doing bad, man. Freaking just enjoying the shitty snow. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's been coming down lately. So,
Yeah, we got a bunch of it.
I was say, Car's got way more of it.
Yeah, he does. That's what happens when you're in Washington and stuff. So before I bring out Jay from Green Line Morphs, here's Jay's intro, guys. What's up, Jay?
What's up, fellas?
How you doing, man?
Not too bad. How about you guys?
We're doing pretty good.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us on the show today. Hope you liked your customized intro. I did.
I like it. Thanks for having
Something
me
a
on.
little new. I decided to do it that way instead because everyone knows who I am and who Will is and who Carr usually is because they're usually on here. So now with my guests and stuff, I just kind of do that for them so people have an idea. I'm also
Nice
going
little touch.
I'm also going to do something new too here. You're going to be my guinea pig on this.
Uh-oh.
So here we go. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes on my show to explain yourself, what you're into, your project, anything that anyone wants to know about you as well. So the spotlight is on you, Jay. So here we go.
So I'm Jay from Green Line Morphs, as everybody knows. I'm fairly new to ball pythons. I come from a background of breeding retics, carpet pythons, a few green tree pythons back in the day. Was in the military for a while, about 10 years. Worked as a government contractor after that for 5. Got rid of my whole collection of retics and carpets back in the day because deployments. I got deployed a lot, and I'm back. But this time I'm doing ball pythons, so I'm fairly new with the knowledge of genetics and stuff. But I know how it all works, though. That's pretty much it.
All right. Well, that's awesome to know. Thank you for that. Appreciate your little spotlight there. So our first topic that we're going to cover today, first off, is going to be, what do you guys think about the auctions that are going on in Morph Market right now? Good thing, bad thing, okay thing? What are you guys thinking?
I don't have a problem with it.
Don't have a problem with it? Will?
I think they're stupid.
You think they're stupid. Jay, what do you think about it?
I think both good and bad.
I agree.
I see the potential for manipulation on them.
True.
And I've talked to some other people about it. It could be easy as, I'm gonna list something that's $10,000 and I'm gonna put the reserve, and I could have any one of you guys, hey, go bid on my shit real quick, and if you accidentally win it, we'll just close it out.
Right.
So people can drive the potential to drive the bids up inorganically is there. So that's the one reason I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that, but as well as if you hit the reserve on it, if it goes up higher, like say like if popular demand would just say for the gorilla. Let's say I post a gorilla up there, I put the reserve for 10 and it goes for 15. You know what I mean? But you can only the thing that I don't like is your minimum bid that you can do at a time is $5, which kind of sucks.
It's kind of slow then.
Yeah, it is kind of slow. They are very limiting the part of it where you only post 2 snakes a month on it, which is okay.
That's depending on what level morph market you have.
Correct.
I can only do 1 because I'm on the lower level.
See, I can do 2.
Right.
I can do 2. So on top of that, it's tough because you can sit there and you can put those snakes on there that you're holding onto for a little bit and put them on auction. If they hit the reserve, what's up, James? If you can sit there and hit the reserve on it I mean, all awesome. You know, if you're not selling them at expos and stuff like that, you can get what you can out of them at some point or whatever. So, but the question to me is now is how many people are actually looking at the Morph Market ads that people are posting? Are they more looking at the auction type stuff, or are they more looking at because you also have the auctions, and now you have so the auctions are new. Before the auctions, you had what was it, the
Wholesale.
sales or whatever, the
deals, and then
the deals or whatever, the 72-hour deals.
Yep.
So I'm sure people were looking at the deals, you know, at one point or whatever. But I mean, let's be real with this.
But the deals also show up in just a normal search as well.
Right.
The auctions don't. I don't know if the auctions do.
You don't know. I don't know because you have to go to the tab for it.
I don't know if there's a filter for it yet.
What was that, Jay?
No, they do actually pop up on just the regular wall too.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I've seen them on there. It'll say just bids next to like shipping and stuff.
Okay.
That's the only difference you can tell.
So so it's kind of like your wholesale price type thing with snakes.
Well, they have a wholesale tab too. So
yeah, with Billy and stuff, when he said it, when he came out Monday with his podcast and stuff too, he said that like you don't want to be known for sitting there and putting stuff all the time on auction, because I mean, if there was a stranger pastel clown that went for, I don't know if that reserve was met or not, but I see some people posting. I mean, dude, you can get some bangers on there. Don't get me wrong, for cheap if you're trying to do it. Like, this is a buyer's market right now, 100%. You know, and with that being said and stuff. I actually did try my first one on auction, so I do have this boy up on auction that I've been hanging on to for a while. We're going to take this money and reinvest it into some T-shirts. So I'm going to get the T-shirts ordered for everyone, because I do owe, I think, 3 people the T-shirts from the 500 subscriber giveaway. I haven't forgotten. It's been a shit show with money and stuff lately. So I do have this boy up on the auction, and the reserve's been met on it. So now it's just, you know, if you want them, go bid on them. I can show you. We'll bust this guy out here. I believe it is this snake. Which, honestly, those pictures really don't do him justice.
Neither does the camera, though.
Neither does the camera.
Yeah, but, very white.
Yeah, banana, Mojave, lemon pastel, vanilla, boy, almost breeding size. He's getting up.
That thing is way more vivid.
Way more vivid in person. So that's one less snake I got to take to the expo for sure. We will be having him shipped out the 24th, I think, is I got a window. So whoever bids on that and wins that bid will receive that snake probably around the 24th, because I got to ship out cars too. So we're going to be doing a shipment of snakes. But
yeah, Carl, your snakes are dependent on me getting them there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drop one off and pick up my 2 on that day. So.
Oh, gotcha.
So I can see the auctions being both good and bad, because I was seeing posts on people on my Facebook and stuff like, hey, I had the reserve met on this, and these snakes have been listed for over a year and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I just don't want to see it to crash the market more than what it already is. If anyone that's watching this, what's up, Bailey? If anyone's watching this wants to put their 2 cents into it or has questions for us as well, feel free to ask us questions. That's what we're here for.
I was gonna say, I think they're stupid on there, along with. But that's what I see good in them, because it is a way for people to get a deal.
Yeah, it is.
But you can also still get what you want out of it. But you don't have to say, hey, I want this much, and that's what someone's going to pay. You can put a reserve, and people will bid on it. If it reaches the reserve, then it sells.
Right.
In that aspect, I like it because
I like
you can
that
put it up
too.
there. But
That
I
way
mean,
you're not giving away a $5,000 snake for like $1,000. So even if they put a reserve on it for 4,500, it goes for 42. It's not going to sell.
yeah, it just doesn't.
You know what
sell.
I mean?
Yeah.
But
So
on the
it's a
same
good
token,
way
like
to
you, I think
itemize
it'll
your
crash.
collection. What was that?
I think it might. I like you said, it'll crash the market because it's unless you put that reserve, it's going to go for if only one person bids $5, you could have just sold a $5,000 snake for $5.
Right, but if someone's selling
How
a
likely is that to
$5,000
happen, though?
Yeah, if someone's sitting there putting a $5,000 snake on auction, because there was a monsoon on there.
Yep.
Yes,
What is it? Isn't that what you were saying, Card? That someone put up?
Yeah, it was on reserve for $5,000 and nobody bidded on it.
Nobody bidded on it.
Yeah.
And you
$5,000 reserve.
And what was it?
How do you know what the reserve is?
Yeah, that's what the
It
reserve
says
is.
it. It says it on there.
2 years ago, you couldn't even touch the monsoon for under 20 grand.
I mean, I think it ended up going back on its regular price for like 11,000 or something.
Well, what it is
That's what he has it listed as 11.
Yeah, people realize that you can't sit there and manipulate that monsoon pattern and do as much as what you originally thought you possibly could. How many times have we seen snakes? I don't know about you, Jay, but how many times have you also seen snakes or whatever on Morph Market as well that are Mojave monsoon or leopard monsoon? And I mean, it looks the pattern's a little bit busier, but I mean, really, there's no difference with the monsoon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what were your takes on that, Jay, being a new breeder and stuff.
I haven't really looked too much into monsoon. The ones I have seen, I do like that real disruptive and busy pattern.
Yeah. So, but you also have people putting $1,000 reserve on a $1,200 snake and wondering why they're not selling it. Well, I mean, that's what the reserve's for, though. 219. Yeah. I mean, if you're not sitting there,
you would take for that snake.
Right. Like if your reserve's 1,000, you're saying that's the minimum you're going to take for that snake, and if that's not selling it, I mean, if it's an actual $1,200 snake, let's be real with it. If I really wanted to move it on an auction, you gotta think that auctions, you're just trying to get rid of it at this point, kinda. Let's be real, you are, because you're tired of feeding it. It's getting older. It's been sitting in your racks for a while. You just don't need it. Okay. So on a $1,200 snake, I'd probably put my reserve at $900. In all honesty, you know what I mean. I'll take $900 for it. I don't know what are your guys' opinions on that comment.
I was gonna say
it could be that a lot of people just don't know how reserves and auctions work.
That's true too.
Yeah.
It is new.
Yeah.
So I think it's still in the experimental phase. Rose said that Justin just drove the price of lace up by $400 today.
Oh, that's great because I got a lot of lace.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Justin.
He just did a video on how to tell a lace in different combos.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's what
Video.
he's talking
I gotta go
about,
back and watch that.
Yeah, I was watching that earlier today. Good
Yeah, I
video.
gotta go back. I gotta go back and watch that.
I think he's starting to do that because he just did the one on Yellow Belly as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And now he's doing he did the one on lace. So I think he's starting like a sub series basically of how to
the ID stuff. He did do that. He was doing that before on his Patreon and stuff, but I think he's doing it more on YouTube now.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because that'll help me a lot.
Right. Correct. If you're posting it on an auction, you're ready to move it, and that's 100% true. And that's why
I'm not giving it away. I'd rather feed it than give it away.
Yeah, I'd rather feed it than give it away, but I'd also rather take a minimal amount that I'll take for it. In a sense, too, you're actually seeing the actual market price of what someone's actually willing to pay for it. If you're sitting there, you can't hit your reserve amount. Is someone really going to pay that much for that snake? Now, if it's a high-dollar end snake,
maybe if you find the right person.
Yeah. But you
how long are you going to hold on to a $1,200 snake?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows how long you're going to hold on to it, though?
If it's not something that you could possibly use to make something better, what's the point of hanging on to a $1,200 snake when you could sell it for like $900 and put that $900 back into a better snake?
Right.
that's where I messed up in the beginning. That's where I'm at now, mindset wise.
Yeah, you live and you learn though too. But like I said, I like I'm for and two. You know, I'm for the auctions. Honestly, I just don't want to see it crash the market. And you know,
I'm
like
glad that you can only put so many up at a time.
that's true.
I'm glad you can. I don't necessarily like the fact that depending on what tier you're on is how many you can put up, but it also makes sense because if you're on the level that I pay for is you can only put up 200 snakes in your listings.
Right.
Okay, 1 out of 200 is what, 5%?
Yeah.
Half percent?
Yeah.
Half percent. You know, so okay, I got that. And then the next tier, which is what, the basic, I think.
Yeah, the basic. You got the basic.
500.
Yeah.
And you can do 2.
See, I'm on the basic, so I know I can do
You can
2.
do 2. Yeah.
And
So
that's
that's
2
why,
per month.
like I said,
Yes.
yeah, that's why I was just like, oh, we'll just try. I was like, I'm kind of debatable about it, but I was like, I got a shipping window where I can do it. Like, if I can hit the reserve on it, like, I'm willing to let it go for that reserve, and the reserve is met. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm willing for that. I mean, I'm going to lose a little bit of money on it on shipping. I did put free shipping on it, but at the end of the day, I can sit there, get rid of that animal. It's still a great animal. It's nice, you know. Like, I just don't need it. You know, it's one of the yeah, it's really clean and stuff. I got nothing against that animal.
If it was a girl, I would have
that and you know, reinvest it into shirts and stuff like that. That I promise people that, you know, money comes. You know, the economy took a shit and shit's expensive, and I didn't budget well.
Yeah, and then like me, I got laid off, so I don't have money coming in.
Yeah,
except for my disability, and that doesn't cover
so
frivolous. That doesn't cover frivolous stuff.
Right. So Jay, what kind of projects are you working? You want to tell people what kind of future genes do you want to add into your collection, and what is your ultimate goal for 2024?
So I'm heavy on clown. Clown is ultimately what got me into it. I've seen a couple different clown combos, and I was like, those are pretty dope looking. So I started accumulating a lot of the females that I have that are ready to go now. They've been paired. Clown, Desert Ghost. I have a lot of Cryptic Emerge stuff.
Okay.
From Marco Van Haren. I didn't get them directly from him. A guy I know, he works that line, and I got a lot of babies off of him that I'm growing up that they should be ready to go next season. I'm real female heavy. I think out of 30 snakes, 7 of them might be males.
Oh yeah,
that's what you want, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have lace. I have some Ultramel stuff. What else do I got? I got some Confusion stuff that's in the Clown project. The lace stuff is in the Clown. I have lace for my Desert Ghost stuff.
Those are amazing, the lace clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The white lace.
The white lace clowns are even better, but
No.
I acquired a Bang Clown that should be coming in springtime, I think. Hopefully.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
How many snakes?
Clown DG.
How many snakes are in your collection right now?
30.
You got 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. It's a nice manageable collection.
And a lot of the weaker females that I've paired up already, like as soon as those eggs come, they could move along to the next person or whoever needs them. I'll donate them, give them away. I don't really care. Roger that. I was.
He was a ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you get the green line at?
Well,
That's
the green
just the
line is
military.
the military.
Right.
The blue line is for the police. Red line is for typically your firefighters. Yellow line is for your EMS and first responders and stuff like that.
he says he has a Ranger tab on his.
Oh yeah.
Hoodie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, that's awesome.
I wouldn't expect you to notice that.
That's
I didn't
awesome.
even notice it. And I've been wearing it all day.
Yeah.
Gotta represent.
Yep.
All right. So, next topic I got here. So, I'm going to show you guys a picture here, and this is what you guys are going against. Okay. So, if you guys aren't breeding, do higher end stuff, or medium end stuff or whatever the case may be, this is what you're competing against on Morph Market. Okay.
Oh, good.
Billy went over this Monday on his podcast. I thought I'd bring it up as well so people can see. Here's the Morph Market numbers as of today. We got 44,953 total ball pythons on the market. Another number, 37,851 of those is anything under $1,000. So what do you think the problem is? Overbreeding, breeding junk. Well, I mean, it's not junk. I mean, they're still animals, but you're overbreeding stuff that is undervalued. Now, let's be honest with it as well. With those numbers and stuff, you know, the market does change. The higher end stuff does become cheaper at some point. So your medium end stuff is going to eventually become your lower end stuff, but they're still good snakes breeding wise. And your higher end stuff is now, you know, meteor end stuff and so on and so forth. And you got to be able to adjust the market. So, but it's the problem where people are breeding pastel Mojaves to a pastel. You know, there's a lot of stuff under $500, you know, that I don't know that you probably shouldn't be breeding because the market's just not there. If it doesn't have a het attached to it, don't breed it.
It's a pet at that.
Yeah, it's a pet. It's a pet market. Now will I be part of the problem and be sitting there and doing some pet pairings? Yeah, only so I can continue to do the expos around here because I'm not going to sell a $4,000 or $5,000, even a $2,000 snake at these expos around.
Maybe once every 3 or 4 years, you might get lucky and sell one.
Right.
The right person coming in.
Yeah.
Or another breeder needed that, or.
Well, a lot of that number is people that are selling off the old stuff that they started with, either their first or second year that they bought and don't need now. If you look on there, there's a lot of adults that are for sale.
There is. And that's a lot of people fixing their collections and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's not wrong, okay, because everyone has to start somewhere. Okay. I'm not dogging that. Okay.
Right.
I want people to understand that you have to adjust to the market based on where the numbers are. And stuff like go. If you got to go breed, you know, a couple $100 snakes, wherever there are babies, go do it to go get your process down. You know what I mean? So that way you can practice. I would rather because that was my mindset when I first started. Because I'm year 4, I'm going into year 4. I would rather mess up on a $1,000 clutch than a $40,000 clutch all day because my process wasn't right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's, you know, I don't know, like. We're going to go one by one here. Will, what are your intakes on that, man?
What are you on the market?
Just the market, people breeding stuff. I mean, I want to know what's Semper Fi's intakes on this, not just my own personal opinion. I do a lot of talking on this podcast and stuff at times, but I want to know your insights on this so people can understand this.
If you're trying to do this to be a self-sustaining business and make a little bit of a profit, even a little bit of a profit, you cannot breed a pastel to a pastel. It has to, like you said, it has to have at least a het. It has to have at least a recessive of some sort to it. Producing anything less than a visual recessive anymore is going to be in that 37,000 at this point.
Right.
Because even like Carr said, a visual sunset male you can get for what, 1,700, 1,800?
Yeah, now you can. And when we first got into this 2 years ago or so,
yeah,
we were halfway through this. Like you couldn't even touch the sunset project for under $6,000.
Yeah, you couldn't get a het for $6,000. Like I said, when I bought my hets, they were $2,100 a piece. I paid $4,200 for both of them, and that was last year.
Right.
And now
Will makes a good point here. He goes, you should breed animals that people have to force you to sell. Like they're offering you so much money for it because it's such a great holdback that, okay, I guess I'll sell it. You know what I mean? Like, like you're offering me this much money for it. Like I don't really want to sell it, but the money's there for it. But it's not all about the money.
But how many people can actually do that?
Yeah, and there's not. But that's also how you set yourself up for the future, though, too.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
As where we're at, we don't necessarily have snakes that are going to be at that level. you kind of do. Yeah.
I'm not here in a couple of years. We'll see.
We
It's
don't
not
have snakes that will, even if we produce exactly what we're trying to hit in that combo, it's not going to be someone going, oh, I'll give you, $30,000 for that snake. And
Right.
you go, yeah, I'll take that.
Right.
Because I'll tell you right now, if someone offered me $30,000 for a sunset clown hypopod, I'm not taking it. If it's the only one I have.
Right. 100%.
I'm not taking it because I can make more off of it.
Right.
I can make the quad
your
heads
building
out of
blocks.
it.
Yeah, so you're building blocks for the future and stuff.
Yeah.
What's your intake on it, Jay?
Me personally, I'm disciplined where I'm not just going to pair things up just to get a clutch. Like I'm breeding for specific things to bring into my future, to make things down the road. Being that it's my first year, I have maybe one clutch that I don't really need anything from it. But that's like my experiment clutch, like just to get a clutch under my belt and make sure that everything is going right.
Now, did you learn that from breeding the retics? Did you make those mistakes?
Back when I bred retics, there wasn't that many genes. I think Sunfire was like the newest thing, and I did have a pair that I picked up from Bob Clark. Albino, tiger, super tigers, and then there was the dwarfs were just making a breakthrough. I did have a dwarf. She was probably about 14 foot still.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Did you make any of those mistakes that we're talking about by breeding the lower end stuff?
On the retail,
just breeding to breed to get babies. Did you do
when I made Sunfire tigers or Sun Tigers, whatever they were called? I sold all of them except for the whatever I was keeping back because it was a newer gene.
Yeah.
I also paid a nice chunk to get those pairs from Bob Clark.
I bet.
I had to re-enlist to pay for it. No.
He's probably not wrong, right?
I wanted to get a lavender purple, a purple lavender, but I went with Burns instead because they don't move as much. So right now I have 3 Burns. Two of them are rather large.
Moving retics isn't easy either because it's a much larger, much more aggressive snake. So there's a smaller fan base for it.
Right.
Yeah, not everybody wants a retic.
It's what we
I get at least one time in an expo. Every expo we do, somebody says, "Oh, I'm looking for retics."
Or I'm looking
at
for
least one person every expo.
Yeah. Now there's retic people out there.
I'm never going to have a retic. I'm not going to breed retics.
I had titanium for a little while, but ended up trading them.
There's a local show that I go to, and I don't know if this guy remembers me from the past, but every time I see him, he's always like pointing out his retics, and I tell him every time, like, nah, I can't even look at them, man, because I'm prone to fucking buy one then. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's what we were just talking about that with Carr. Carr's gonna go over to Seattle and go check out the expo.
I'm just checking out the show.
He's like, I gotta try not to buy anything fucking stupid because I'm gonna come out with a retic or I'm gonna come out with some stupid snake or whatever.
Oh yeah, I know me, dude. I'll see a promo and be like, I need
for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's bad enough. I have crested geckos now, and that's how I was looking at them in a show. I'm like, these things are awesome. Now I got 4 of them.
Right.
We just sold it at Celine. It was $2,000, and it was that thing was awesome though.
Yeah,
it was like a burgundy red.
Right. Yeah, we'll both be over there 219. Me and Will will be vending that show. We paid for tables and stuff, and I'll have the Go for Coco as well. That will be in the 23rd. Finally, after a whole month of that shit show, that was a disaster. I'm sorry for anyone that I promoted that to during the expos that's watching this, and I never got it in. They got hold up in customs, the snowstorm. It was just a big disaster. I thought I was going to have it the second week of January, and we'll have it next week on Tuesday. It'll be delivered here at my work. So
nice.
That was ridiculous, dude.
That was everything just went wrong on that one.
Yeah, that screwed me so bad because what I ended up doing, Jay, if you don't know, so I took my profit sharing check, I reinvested into this cocoa and the Go for Cocoa, which is fine because like people want it and stuff like that. So I became a retailer for it. Well, I took all that money and stuff, and I shorted it myself, hoping that I'd get this cocoa delivered by what was it, the second week of January after the holidays and stuff like that. Unfortunately, the way that the government is, it took me forever to get my permit.
Yeah, you were supposed to have it by the 6th.
Yeah, I'm supposed to have it by the 6th of January. And then it ended up being even more shit show. So thank God for the government lady that went out of her way. She didn't have to do this. She was like, unfortunately, you have to go through the website, log in, submit the permit or submit the paperwork yourself. Do it this way because our system changed. So I sat there, did the login, tried doing this at work, and I'm sitting there at work on my, on break or whatever. I can't fucking get this. I don't know what's going on.
Government websites are fun.
Yeah, fucking outstanding. So she goes, well, she's like, what is it? What form is it? I'm like, it's literally a permit to say I don't need a freaking permit for this stuff. She's like, just send it to me. She's like, I'll file it for you. I'm like, all right, awesome. And they were literally waiting for my permit for this because they do a big truckload and they send it all to the breeders in the United States or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get my permit in 15 minutes. Awesome. And then they ship it out Friday and then it gets holed up in customs for 2 days because of the weather and all that stuff. So finally, after everything and stuff, we'll have it Tuesday. So you have all that money tied up into it, and you're not making no money, or not at least recouping that money. It's hard. 419, where are you located? I did see you at the Kalamazoo show. We are in Northwest Ohio, over by Toledo. We were in Defiance. I think I do remember you. I think I did. Yeah, I'll be back at the Kalamazoo. No. Yeah, I'll be back in the Kalamazoo in February. So I'll have the Go for Cocoa there. If you want any Go for Cocoa, hit me up on Instagram. Pre-order your Go for Cocoa. I'll give you some prices. Just unfortunately lately that our shows have crisscrossed with other shows. I think it's been crisscrossing with the Cincinnati show. So we haven't been able to go to the Kalamazoo show. I know in February it does not. So we'll be back at the Kalamazoo show in February.
There you go.
There you go. So anyhow, Car, what's your intake on what we were just got done talking about with the I don't remember. I got sidetracked.
The market?
Yeah, about the market and stuff.
Well, right now the market's just shit because all the COVID breeders are realizing that shit wasn't as valuable as they thought it was. So now they're selling off their shit,
Oh, so it was at that point. It just isn't anymore.
Well, at that point, so everybody had this dumbass dream that they were going to be doing this full time, driving a Porsche, Of course, that's unrealistic. So now everybody's trying to sell off their shit, and that's why the numbers are so damn high. It's going to correct out, though. I figure in the next year or so, it's just going to correct out. Everybody's going to sell off their pet stuff.
Their pet collection.
Or their one or two geners here and there,
Jay, personally yourself, how many times have you seen someone, since you've been into this or whatever, sell off their collection, and you look at the list, and you're like, wow, I would never buy that. Or,
I've seen a lot of lists that I don't want nothing to do with.
Yeah. Like, no wonder why you're getting out of it.
I've seen lists that are worse than what I have.
Yeah.
Like I looked at some of them just the other night, and I was like, I couldn't even use one snake out of that.
Yeah.
Like, not even one. It isn't even worth buying it because it has one snake that would be useful, other than making, like, maybe a hypo clown. That would be the best thing I could get out of it.
Right.
Because it was a hypo het clown or a clown het hypo or something. Like, I can't even use it. My collection is on the mend, but it's still not. I'm still not going to make, thousands of dollars this year.
You're not, and let's be honest with it. Like, with the way it's not so much the market as it was overbreeding and stuff. Like, let's be real with it. You're going to see people that are truly passionate about their animals, no matter what they have, still be in it. And I think that's good for us as an industry, because it's going to be better cared animals, better health. You won't see those shit ass breeders that are sitting there just trying to push them for money. You know what I mean? Me and Will have seen that personally at more of the local expos that we attend and stuff, like where animals are just attended. what the? It's like, what the hell are you doing? Or
Where they look like they're about to die.
yeah, or even I mean, you can tell. You can also tell a lot about a vendor too at expos with their setup too. I've seen some really nice people that have really nice setups and their animals look like shit, and I've seen people that have really nice setups, or I mean, really crappy kind of setups, but their animals look great. And I've seen a little bit of each of its own. But your display case and how you presentation yourself is key as well.
Yeah.
If you care about your presentation in itself, you probably care about your animals. You know what I mean?
Like if you had a tablecloth, wash your tablecloth once in a while.
Yeah.
Like clean off the glass on your displays once in a while. Like clean
Pull off
out
that stuff shed too.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's
My
there.
man Paul.
There's Paul. There's
Yeah,
Paul.
what
You
up,
talking about Paul in the backstages. What's up, guys? Work is nuts. How you doing, Paul, man? We need to get you back on the show sometime, too. Got the celebrity come back in, the freaking
Right.
15 minutes
Yeah.
of main guy.
Unanimous.
Right?
Yeah.
Unanimous.
Clean
Yep.
sweep. People are hating on him for that.
Who cares? He put the work in.
Hate on me for that. I don't care. I did the work. Yeah,
He says Carr, you're looking a little pastelish.
Oh. Oh.
Fucking ripping on Carr. Paul, you gotta come. Paul, you gotta come to the Tinley show in March because Carr's coming down, flying down here. He's gonna stay with me for a day or two. We're going down to Tinley in March, so make sure you come so you can meet us all. I mean, I've already met you. Yeah, I think you met Will too, but you haven't seen Carr.
I didn't meet him. I saw him, but I was talking to Summer.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, we were
We
there
down.
looking-
All three of us are gonna be down in Daytona too.
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot to drop that one. We'll be down.
Daytona.
We're going down to the Daytona Beach Expo in when is that? August. Yeah. So we'll all be flying down. I think me and Will are gonna end up flying down together, and then Carr's gonna meet us down there. We got a B&B and all that, but we're gonna be going down to Daytona in August, so you can expect an awesome video from that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I ain't gonna drive. We'll be in the city. We can walk to the border from there.
Right. Oh, dude,
Right.
that would be ridiculous. James said he's going to Tinley in March. And
Yep, we'll be there.
said, well, didn't you take a picture of us near Justin's table? Will? I think that was Will. I think
Yeah,
me and
that's
you
what I was
did,
talking
Paul. I
about.
think me and you did, Paul. I don't know. I think maybe
I
maybe Will
I might
took it.
took the picture. I think I took the picture.
He said he'll be in Iceland. I'm
Fucking
jealous.
Iceland.
I'm going to Iceland.
What the
Hell
hell?
yeah, no shit.
Shit, that'd be fun.
Well, Iceland's green.
Is it?
Yeah, it's opposite. Iceland is a green, and Greenland is covered in snow.
Oh, hey, Chris. Here we go. We got Chris that says Daytona is so much better than Tinley.
Is
Damn.
it? No.
Okay. I'm excited now. We'll see what's up. Maybe we
I've
get
heard people at Tinley that been in Daytona, and they've said just the opposite, though. So
we'll see
Well,
for
we were going to go to the Texas
we'll
one,
see
but
for
then
ourselves in
here
August, so-
Florida would probably be better.
I mean, we're gonna be next to the beach regardless or whatever. I think our B&B has an indoor pool, indoor hot tub, a game room.
Yeah.
that's what's
Yeah,
gonna
pool table.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. 3 minutes from the beach. Like,
After
let's
parties
go.
at your spot then, huh?
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Damn.
It's gonna be a good time.
That's where you're gonna find me is in the hot tub.
Right, me too, dude. Hot tub and shooting pool. Let's go. Who's throwing down money on games of pool? No, I'm just kidding.
Mm.
All right, so I got another topic for you guys and stuff here.
I'll have to throw a fake alligator in the pool when you're in
Hey,
there.
we're barbecuing there. We already said that. We're gonna be barbecuing. We're gonna buy some steaks. We're gonna barbecue it up.
I'll bring
Oh,
a big
definitely.
fishing pole, and I'll go catch a gator.
Hey, we're doing some
Oh yeah,
seafood.
dude.
All right, so I'm in year 4. Jay, what year are you in again?
Year 1 of breeding, but I've kept reptiles my whole life.
Right. So you're year 1 of breeding. As far as your future wise, do you plan on making this a business? What do you plan on doing?
Yeah, I'd like to make it a business, but it's not going to be my main source of income. I work a full-time job. I'm involved with other endeavors. This is more or less a hobby job for me.
Have you ever
But
seen
I do take it as serious as you know.
as a business, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Like you're in. So pretty much, you're saying you're into it for the long haul, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So do you plan on LLCing yourself or anything like that?
I'm actually gathering the paperwork for that
Okay.
now.
Awesome. Great. Fantastic. Because you can sit there, you can write off on. So what I end up doing is, like I tell people before on the podcast and stuff too, is like I'll sit there and I'll do my write offs, my deductions, all that, and then like being a single male with no kids and stuff, like I'll be real with it. Like I get $1,000 back from the government, regularly without the LLC. With all my losses and stuff, I'll up that or whatever to whatever it is. I'll take the $1,000 of that refund for myself, and then anything that's over 1,000, I'll reinvest it back into the business because it's not my money. That's how you grow. That's how you grow your business faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anything I make on this goes right back into this because
Yeah,
I work a
100%.
full-time job. My
Yep.
my expenses are already. This is an added expense to me that
Yep.
I'm hoping that could pay for itself at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And that's how you grow an LLC faster, is taking those tax deductions and reinvesting it into your business, into a snake, into a rack, to whatever. Keep everything separate. Throw that money back into your LLC or into your business, into your hobby. You're going to grow it twice as fast. That's where your LLC is beneficial, because you can sit there, you can do those write-offs, so you can get a bigger tax return at times, and you can invest more into your business / hobby, and you can grow quicker. Car, what year are you on? Because I'm setting this up for the topipic here. What year?
Four.
What? You're on
Four.
4 too. And
Yeah.
Will, what year are you on?
4.
You're on 4 too. Okay.
Going. This is year 4. Whatever I get this.
Yeah.
Laying season.
Okay.
2024 is
Thank you.
4.
Right.
Because we
So
both
Chris said-
started in 2001.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. Daytona is better for hanging with people. Tinley, I feel, has better animals, which
I hear that from a lot of people.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I'm sure does. Tinley probably has the best animals. So
That's why I said getting an Airbnb instead of a hotel. That would be better.
right.
Go on it.
So that does up my topic.
Dude, what the?
Here we go. Business failures rates by year. 1 year, 20% of you guys are going to fail. 3 years, 40% of you guys are going to fail. In 5 years, about 50% of you guys are going to fail. 10 years, 65% of you are probably going to fail. 15 and 20, you guys can read the chart. Okay? So this is what I'm talking about. Why do you think this chart is as such? Well, let's go over it. I'll get my panel's opinions on this, okay? So here's my personal opinion. After I looked at this, like I said, I was going to have a good show today. So we're going to do, I like statistics, stats, all that. You can't lie by it. And this is as of 2024. Okay, so this is the most up-to-date stats on this. Let's be real with it. Year 1, you're investing, you're all in on it, you want to succeed. Year 3, you get the reality of it with the expenses, with everything, especially if you're not LLC, where you can't sit there and grow your business as fast, okay? Or, as such, you can't reinvest into it. So by then or whatever, people are actually seeing the realistic cost of it. If you're not LLC, this is why I tell people to, let's be real, you should probably LLC year 1, so you can help grow your business with the expenses and stuff like that for your deductions. Because hopefully by year 5, you're making so much profit, or that you're profiting, that your deductions are taking care of your profits, where you don't got to pay as much as taxes. Okay? So people probably aren't doing that year 1, so therefore they're failing in year 5, and so on and so forth. It becomes more and more work, and people don't realize that. I want to know my panels, what's your guys' intake on this chart? You guys see
I
it?
feel like that chart is backwards.
That's what I was just going to say.
You think
I
so?
feel like more. I don't feel like 80% of businesses fail at 20 years, because even if I close my business, it's not considered a failure. I had a 20-year run.
That's true.
That's why I said I think that's a 20%.
Yeah, you think most businesses fail in the first 2 years or so.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you
I
got to
think
think
that
though.
20% is who makes it in that first year. I think 80% of first year businesses is what fails. The 20% is what makes it.
Well, you got to think though. Year 1, you're driven. You want to succeed. You have all those naysayers like, "Oh, you can't do this."
And that's the 20%.
you know, that's the 20% that eventually don't keep investing and just give up. Okay, like, oh, it's too much work. They realize the work of it. And this is any business. This just isn't reptiles and stuff like that. Because, like, let's be honest, like, running any type of business is hard work. You know, it's time and it's investment. You know, no matter what you're trying to sell or, you know, whatever. So, you know, year one, you're driven. I was very driven year one. Year three or whatever, you get the reality of it. Okay, so I got the reality of, you know, my personal experience. I got the reality of hatching 8 clutches. You know, I had a lot of holdbacks. I also have the reality of it of, oh shit, now I got to feed these. I'm not producing enough food, so I got to take my own personal money into them and feed these animals and stuff like that. So I can't go past year 3. I'm only on year 4. I just started year 4. You know, I think it gets harder as you go to maintain it, and people just lose interest in it. So
a 20-year business, I don't think 80% of 20-year-long businesses there's a failure, is what I'm saying. But your chart saying that 80% of a 20-year business fails. That's saying the big majority of a 20-year business is failing.
They're saying after. They're saying after. Well, I mean, it's hard though. It's hard.
That's why I said I think they're flipped, because I think only 20% would fail it. If you make it to 20 years, I even if you close your doors, I don't consider that a failure.
That could be, as James said, though, that could be retirement.
But yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's not necessarily.
It's not necessarily a failure, but you're closing your doors. So I mean, either you could retire, you don't have no one to hand it off to, or it could just be so much of a burden on you at that point where you just don't want to manage it no more because you just overexpanded it so much where you know what I mean?
But that's still saying 80% of businesses, that includes Walmart. Over 20 years, you're saying 80% of all businesses after 20 years fail.
Yeah, it's statistics, dude. It's not wrong.
I think it's backwards.
I pulled it up just a little bit ago. It's 20.
Can you put that back up on the screen again?
Yep, I sure will. Hang on. Let's see.
I just think the chart's backwards.
I mean, I get where you're coming from. So there's the screen. You gotta think though. Year one, you're successful. I mean, like, you're investing, you're driven. You know, by year 3, you should be at least making about breaking even, or you know, should be close to it or making somewhat of a profit. Year 5, if you're doing it right, you should be making a profit. You know what I mean?
I got you, but like,
I think
this is saying that 80% of businesses fail in the first year, not 20%.
It just depends on how much you want to do your business for, I guess.
I feel like that would make more sense if it said business success rate by year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
it makes more sense to say only 20% of businesses are successful in a year. That's more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be a failure, because at 15, 20 years, you're either selling off your business because it became too much to handle and you don't want to do it yourself.
But let's be real. Years 1 to 2, to even possibly 3, you're not technically really a business because you're not making no money. A business is something that's making profitable money. I'm not a business yet. Am I trying to be? Yeah. Like with the snakes and stuff. But I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm not a business yet. Like, I'm still in I'm still in the startup phase.
You are not a profitable.
You're not turning a profit.
Right. A business is something that's profitable.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Into this, I kind of knew that I wasn't going to make money until like at least 5 years.
Right.
Like,
you should
knowing that I stepped into this knowing that that's probably the likelihood of what's going to happen.
Right. No, Paul, they did that. I mean, that's true too. He says, but look at the economy now at all the old time businesses that are going under. So they did the survey in 2023, but that's what I'm saying. If you don't adapt to the market, you're going to fail. That's what I said. Yeah, you were in business for 20 years, but you couldn't sit there and you couldn't adapt to the market of now to sit there and plan for another 5 years out or whatever. So that's why you failed. I think that's where they're coming from. Is it a failure? No. But did you adapt to the market if you want to keep going and end up closing your doors? Yes. You know, 2020 with COVID and stuff, no one could have predicted that. We're not going to get into the politics and stuff because that was bullshit. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that was to help close down small businesses because a lot of them didn't make it into that, you know.
So you got to adjust to the business.
Right. And as James said too, like where what do they count as a failure? I think as if you close your doors, you're a failure. That's probably what they're counting it as, is what I would think.
But that's not necessarily a failure, though.
Yeah.
I mean, at 20 years, if you had a 20-year-long business and you said, "I'm just too old to do this now," and
right,
we're done, I'm shutting the business down. That's not a failure. That's
or
retirement.
you sell it to someone else,
or you sold it.
So,
The business is still going. That's why I said I think that chart is backwards.
well,
I think
technically you're closing down because usually if you
business
sell
is
it,
failed.
it changes names too.
Yeah, it changes name and like the business is still going. I think that chart is just completely. You're done. It's closed. Like the business is no more. You know what I mean? Like if you were to go Google it or Google that name, the business doesn't exist no more.
But that's saying 80% of 20-year businesses do that.
That's probably true, Will.
I don't believe it.
That's probably true. Why?
Because generally, by the time you made it to 20 years, you're a multi-billion-dollar company.
And you probably sold it.
And
you sold it as such, though.
Yeah.
You sold it.
But you sold it. So then the
It's not a failure. You made money.
But you're out of it.
It's not a failure, though.
That's saying like you sit there. Okay, so you sit there and you drive, and let's say you buy Canova's collection. Okay, you buy it for whatever it's worth. Say you hit the lottery, you want to go buy out Justin. Okay, you sit there, you take those over. You don't do it right.
Stupid financial decision.
Yeah, you don't do it right or whatever, and you're not making no money. You end up going under for whatever reason. Right. You're a failure technically.
But Justin wouldn't be a failure for selling out.
No, he wouldn't be a failure.
Yeah, no, he's not a failure. But
actually, considering that stupid chart, he would have been a failure because he closed his doors.
But the money.
So his business failed, and you failed too. So
no, because
a couple of failures.
That's why I'm saying the chart I think is backwards.
I'm pretty sure Justin's smart enough to put a clause in there that the name doesn't change and he collects.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The name would never change, though.
Or he does sell it. The name has to change. You can, or like he sells it, but like a local business, Tri-County, they got one I used to work for. If you look it up now, it's Cinco LLC. It is not Tri-County. It is Cinco LLC doing business as Tri-County.
Right.
So the name stayed, and the owner, Bill, made his money off of it, but he's retired now. So he's a failure?
I mean, if you retire, no.
Like, plus Bill has money. Bill owns half of the fucking city of Defiance.
Right. If you're gonna fail, it's gonna be within the first couple of years. You're not wrong.
Exactly.
They say most businesses fail within the first 5 years.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
By year 2 or 3.
On that chart, it's saying only 20% fail in the first year.
Yeah. Right. And that's when, like James said, too, the only way I see 20 years accurate is that many businesses fail when their kids take over and they run it down to the ground.
Yep. Or sell it.
I've seen that too. You know what I mean? So,
right.
It's just, I understand. I just want to let people know of those statistics. Do we agree on them? To an extent, I think we can all pretty much agree that most businesses probably fail within the first 5 years because they're getting the reality of it. You know what I mean?
I would say even the biggest majority is probably the first 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So statistically,
if you make it up to year 5, you're probably going to make it on.
You should. You should be making you should at least break by year 5. You should at least be breaking even, if not making profit.
Right.
I mean, you asked where I was. I'm in year 4, going into year 4 of breeding, but only year 2 of being an LLC.
Right.
So technically, I'm only on year 2.
As a business, as an official business.
LLC.
Right. As an official business.
Being able to make deductions and get that back.
Right.
This will be my second year filing taxes with an LLC.
Right. So
technically, I'm in year 2.
Right. So with your income tax and stuff like that you're going to get, do you plan on reinvesting that back into the business?
It's all going into the business.
See, exactly. And that's where people mess up.
Because I want this to be my, not necessarily sole income, but to supplement my disability money that comes in, so I don't have to work.
So ultimately, that's what I want to do. I want to collect my VA benefits do this and go around the United States and do shows and stuff.
Right.
I don't want to work for the guy. I mean, the guy that I work for now, he's a great guy, but I don't want to work for him forever.
No, you want to do
Yeah,
your own thing.
I want to work for myself.
Right.
No.
I want to make my hours. I want to make my paycheck. I want to make,
I mean,
I want to
I
do
make
this
my
because I
hours.
like
No, I
this.
just don't make my paycheck.
Mm.
I want
I
to do
work
this because
whatever
I like
schedule I
these
want.
animals. I mean, I'm actually thinking about starting to do hog nose because I like hog nose.
But that's why I got into crested, and also to have variety at my table when I start vending.
Exactly. It has more stuff to your table because I'll be breeding Burms in like 3 years when
Right.
the female gets up to 4.
No.
So then I'll have Burmese that I can have on my table. Then I would have hog nose, and then I would have balls.
Right. So first,
Which is why originally why I went with my not morphs or balls. I went with exotics mainly because if I decide to go away from breeding snakes as a living, I can do anything under the exotics name. I
right.
can do firearms. I can do cars. I can do escorts. I can do
Escorts, what the fuck?
What kind of escorts you selling?
Yeah.
the Ford kind.
Yeah. 209 said first year you're building a collection, second year produce a few, might make something. By year 3, you find out if you're going to make it or not. To an extent, that's true. To an extent, it's not. First year,
I feel like the first year building the collection is the key.
Is the key. It's depending on what you build. Second year you produce, you're not making nothing. Let's be real with it. You're not.
No.
Okay, that's
Not
why I
making
disagree
damn
with
thing.
you because you're not. If
Unless
you're
you had a lot of money, personal money to dump in to
Yes.
build the collection at the beginning.
Yes.
Like you were buying triple visuals on recessives, then year 2, what you produce off of those your first year may make you money.
Right. It may make you like you should be close. You're gonna be making something.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna
You'll
be
have
making
money made, but
Right.
it won't be. You gotta put in how much did you pay for your racks? How
right.
much did you pay for the snakes themselves? How much
Your
electricity
fears.
you charging? How much
Yep.
food?
No.
It's gonna be
It's all of that, man. People don't realize that. Like it's not just your snakes. Like, oh, I spent this and this on these male and female. I spent $3,000 on this male and female together. So now I made $4,500 on this clutch. So minus my $3,000, I made $1,500. No, you didn't.
It's a lot more overhead than people think.
You got more overhead than what you realize. You got
even if you're doing it out of your house, you still, like I said, you got to put in your racks, your incubator, your time, the bedding, the food,
Mm-hmm.
your tubs for your incubator,
your electricity,
the electricity.
No.
There's a lot more that goes into it than just that.
Your
if you're basing your profit on, I paid $3,000 and then I made $4,500 off the clutch, you're gonna go out of business real quick.
You're gonna go out of business real quick. And I'm gonna tell you firsthand. I've done this experience wise. This is the second year. This is the second year I produced. Big. I got 8 clutches and stuff. I didn't even come close to breaking even. I'm close.
Nice.
I took some of that money and reinvested. Like I got the gorilla. I reinvested into that, and I think I reinvested into one other one, or I reinvested into something else. And that doesn't even touch what I put into this. And this is year 3.
I spent like $7,000 on snakes this past year.
Yeah, I did 11,000.
And I not anywhere near close to that.
No,
even
you're not going to
one
be
coming back in
year
from
5.
Yeah, I'm like, you won't see the profit from those snakes until like off of, because you can't even breed them in year 2.
Right.
If you bought hatchlings.
Right.
It's not till year 3 that you can even breed them. Because
and on top of that, so let's say that you have this set up behind me, okay? So I got say $4,500 in that big rack behind me, and I got another in that sea surface one right here. I think at the time before they went up, I think I paid maybe $900 for it. Okay, so I did all those clutches and stuff like that, and I'll be honest with you, I probably made $6,000 or so.
I was gonna say, because
that about covers the racks.
I have that exact same sea serpents rack. When I bought it, it was over almost $1,000.
Yeah,
shipped.
So that's not even including what I held back, you guys. So now I'm out of room, and those things are getting bigger because they're about like up there. So now I got to turn around and go buy another one of these racks. That's another $4,500. So this is why I'm telling you where it's important for you to sit there and breed accordingly to stuff that's going to make a little bit of money where you're not into this market. Is there anything wrong with it? No, there's not. If you're doing it the right way, like, you don't want to be in this freaking market because of that. You're going to constantly be behind on
It'll
that.
be year 15 before you see any profit.
Not even.
If even that soon.
You know, it's ridiculous. I've been to expos and stuff like, oh, well, I've been breeding for 15 years and I've been a bigger breeder than you or whatever. I mean, year 4, my collection is worth triple the amount of what you're producing. Shut the fuck up.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, dude, I've been doing this longer than you've been alive.
Yeah. Then
I'm
why aren't you a
45.
multi-millionaire? You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong.
If I've been
Doing
doing this
wrong.
for 40 years, with what I know now, I would probably be making millions.
It's ridiculous, dude. Will was in this before I was.
Nah, same time.
Well,
2001.
were you same time?
2001.
See, I didn't start. No.
My first clutch was 2001.
See, I didn't start till 2000. When did I start? 2000.
It had to have been 1 if you're in year 4.
No, 2021.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 2021, not 01.
I was gonna say 01. I was like, what?
21. My bad. I was looking at it's 2101 is what I was looking at because that was.
So
the
that's
first
just
clutch I had.
what I'm. This just irritates the fuck out of me. That's just what I'm saying. Like, people just don't. Oh, well, I've sold or I made $600 on an expo. I hear it all the time. I made $600 at this expo or whatever. Okay, well, how old are those snakes? Well, they're 7, 8 months old. Well, okay, so you pretty much have that in food. You didn't make nothing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you're not breeding your own rats on a scale where you're making money off of them as well, you're paying for rats.
Right.
Even if you're breeding your own, you're still paying for them because you bought food, the bedding, you got to take the time out for the water. Okay. Around here, not for because car's expensive. It's like $2, $2.50 or a small rat here.
I know that light pisses me off.
And about where you can find them. So you figure, 4 times a month on one snake, that's $10
I'll be right back, guys.
per month.
Oh, fuck it.
Where the hell did he go?
Where did he go?
He probably wanted to get another drink.
Disappeared. Fucking A.
I wonder if that hurts you.
What?
The ultrasound gel. It says water soluble.
Probably not a good idea to drink it, but you guys eat crayons, so I don't know.
That's true. The red ones are tasty.
Red's your favorite?
No, not my favorite. They're just tasty.
Oh, okay.
My favorites are the pink ones.
I heard the orange ones are good.
Yeah, they're pretty good too. That's my second favorite is orange. The pink ones, though.
Hi, Holly.
Yeah.
I see you just joined. If you don't know, I went over this guy. She's one of the ones I do owe a shirt still. So I do have a steak.
Oh, Holly?
Yeah, Holly. I owe a shirt to her. I haven't forgot. So Holly, just so you know, I have this guy on auction, and he's going to pay for these shirts because my reserves are already met. So we can order these shirts. So they're coming. Once I get paid and able to ship him, the 24th, I believe, is my shipping date. We'll order those shirts and have them made out for you guys. So I do owe her a shirt. What else was I gonna say?
What's up, Holly?
Yeah, Ollie.
I was gonna say something else. Oh, she's like, very nice. Yeah, I haven't forgot. The economy sucks, and Will's actually been paying for some of my tables at the expos. I went to one of the expos I couldn't even go to because I couldn't afford it. I was so tight. I couldn't afford the $35 for the table fee when you're going to sit there and bring in 100 people for the fucking expo.
Yeah, it's not even worth going.
That expo actually had a good number of people. I actually sold 2 snakes at that.
Yeah,
show.
the one I don't go to, he actually brings in people too.
It seems like everyone you don't make it to is the ones that bring in the more people.
Dude, it is. It's bull crap. And that was the same one with the Cincinnati one. Like the one that I freaking missed out on, that we missed out on, talking to Brandon. They go, how'd you do? Like, it was a little bit slower, but I sold some snakes. Like, go figure. You know what I mean? Like, the ones I don't go to, people want to spend money. That's
Right.
how it is. That's how it is. But
Well,
like I
you should
said,
be able to sell that other banana at the show tomorrow because I don't have any more bananas to sell.
that'd be nice. I'd be okay with that.
I sold one on Saturday in Saline, and then I sold the other one at that show that you didn't go to. So I'm out of. Well, that's not true. I got that one banana that I'm not sure what it is. I think it's a super enchy banana champagne hypo.
Right. All right, guys. I'm gonna be right back. I'm going to mess with Wade for a second. So Wade is my part-timer cleaning rats, and he's trying to get into snakes too. We're gonna bring him on the podcast so you guys can mess with him for a little bit. Hang on.
That's where he went. I forgot Wade was coming.
We got to mess with a new guy.
Yeah, he was supposed to go to Cincinnati with us last weekend. Yeah, he's a barber. He's the one that usually cuts my hair when I have my hair cut. And then he went and bought a snake off of Glenn. What a fucking asshole.
Right. Okay.
He got a banana or something though, I
You
think.
guys sucked them in.
Yeah. That's okay.
Set 'em
I'm gonna
up for failure.
I'm gonna try to sell one to JoJo, which is I think is who cuts his hair. We go to the same barber. I didn't even know that.
Mm.
Because I used to work Friday, so I had to do it on the weekends. And he doesn't normally work Fridays, and if he does, it's only like half a day because he works 48 hours Monday through Thursday. So he doesn't work Fridays. If he works Fridays, it's overtime. So
right,
he would go on Friday, and I'd never see him there because he'd be in there, and I wouldn't.
All right. So here we go. We got a special guest on the show today. So this is Wade. Wade does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, and he's trying to get into ball pythons a little bit. He did buy one off me. He's a barber on the side. He's over here cleaning out my rats now for me today. That's a huge help. So I appreciate, Wade a lot. But come here, Wade. Sit down.
Wade's Fades. You didn't change the name.
There's Wade, guys. Yay, Wade!
Wade's Fades.
What's up,
What do you
dude?
think, Wade? What do you think about ball pythons and stuff since you've been working with me for a little bit?
A lot more work than you thought, honestly. But all in all, I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
So what did you get off Glenn?
What was it? Like the one day Wade goes, "This is the stuff you don't see on YouTube channels. All the work."
For real.
All the rat shit.
Yeah, the rat stuff.
You get to see all the fun, cool new snakes and all that jazz, and
What's up,
not
Ollie?
all the work behind that.
You don't see that. Nobody puts that out there.
No.
Heck no.
Because if they did, nobody'd want to do this.
No. Heck no. But all in all, it's not bad,
I'd like to personally apologize for Sunday, by the way. My bad, Wade.
Yeah, I know. I came and knocked on the door.
I know.
And then I seen Will doing it.
Like, man, my bad, bro.
And I was like, I'm
beating
going
on that
back to
fucking
bed.
door.
I felt so bad.
Oh, shoot.
We'll give
I'm
you
sure the neighbors thought the cops were out for him as hard as I was beating on that fucking door.
I know. I seen Will go. I was like, dude, it's too cold to get out. Will's just all walking around and everything.
I got out, walked to the side door, and it was locked. And I'm like, it's too fucking cold for this. So I walked back to my truck and sat down. And I was like, well, I walked up and tried the front door, and it was locked. I'm like, I'm going to go sit down. Warm back up. And then I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to go beat on the door. Maybe I sat in the truck for a while and called him over and over and over and over and
It's
over.
a heavy
and over.
sleeper, huh?
I had 15 missed calls when I woke up. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, my bad.
I did contemplate taking something and throwing it at his window.
You should have.
But
It was so cold, I was afraid it was going to break.
Yeah.
exactly.
That's why I didn't.
You could have climbed up on. I'm surprised you guys didn't park the truck up on that roof thing and just had to just knock on the window. And they're like, what the fuck?
I still
Still
don't
light on the horn, but it was way too early. in the
Yeah,
morning
they were
for
probably
that.
pretty pissed off about
Yeah.
that one.
I'm sure they were pissed off about me beating on the damn door.
Well, you got those racks almost made up so Wade can clean some more stuff out.
Almost.
See, they're coming, Wade. I hope you're excited.
Well,
Oh, so
Okay.
excited.
if it works the way that I'm planning on it, it'll be a whole lot easier. A lot smoother to get them out.
All right.
See, I like that.
Yeah, I mean they're not bad now that they're in and
Because
out.
I'm using one piece instead of two pieces for the rails. I'm just routering out 2 channels on either side.
Oh, what's up? We got what's Aiden in here. We got Steven here.
So it should be easier.
How you doing,
Hey,
man?
what's up?
What's
Leviathan?
up?
Hell yeah, he's working with. He got some incredible projects himself. He's actually working on.
They're in the sunset too.
Yeah,
Sunset, Nala.
badass stuff.
And they're into Nala. And he was a second 15 minutes of lame winner.
He was.
Yep.
Awesome. Got another celebrity in here. I don't know if Paul's still in here or not. So, all right, wait. I'll let you go so you can finish cleaning up the rats.
All right,
Thanks,
yes,
man.
sir.
We can give you a shout
Good
out.
meeting you guys.
Yeah, he started cleaning the rats out on Fridays instead of freaking Thursdays and stuff. I'm like, well, I'm going to be in, a podcast or whatever. I was like, oh, I got a surprise for you. Come on the channel for a second.
Over here, like trying to be super quiet.
Right, he's super shy and stuff. So,
That's like I cleaned my rats before this. So
all right, so we got Paul over here that says Team Bang. So Jay knows that.
Team Pastel. Fuck off. What's up?
Well, we always give you shit about that.
well,
So,
Bang
I'm
is
just
way better than
representing.
Pastel. Sorry.
yeah. So Jay, you said that you're going to do some split clutches with Paul. Do you want to go over that, or are you going to keep it a secret?
We're gonna keep it a secret right now. But I know,
Oh, come on!
I know
That's
once.
what makes it fun, though. Like you got to sit here. Like we're an hour and 11 minutes into this podcast. Like people actually got to watch the podcast to get that information. So
I mean, you know what I have. You know what I'm going to get. So
Yeah.
you can see where I'm going to drag that into everything else.
I was gonna say you pretty much know where it's going.
Oh, I know. That's like a lot with me.
It's definitely going into DG. We're
Yeah.
definitely going to get Lace into it.
Oh, I forgot about
Right.
that. Oh, that should be
That'd be nice.
because Justin
I'd
was
like to see that.
Justin was saying that the white lace is basically the non-recessive form.
It is,
The lace is the non-recessive form of DG.
dude. He
That's what he
had,
said in the video.
Yeah.
he had a white lace at his facility when me and Carr went up there. Dude,
Yeah,
it
we were
was
comparing them.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White Lace is like completely
Like
different.
white lace honestly looks better
It's
as an
so much
adult
brighter.
than the DG did.
Yes, I'd like to see a bang lace or even a bang white lace. Make it happen, Paul.
Right.
We're
You're
gonna
on
gonna
it.
make it happen.
Get
make
on
that
it.
happen.
Yep.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be outstanding. So we're going to switch the. Oh, maybe.
Go for Coco.
Paul has the
Go for
potential to make
Coco.
super bangs too.
Well, I know. Go for Coco. Point to it, Jay. There it is. It's right by you, Jay. Go for,
Other side.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, go for Coco.
Greatest
you're
Coco in the
also
market.
excited. You did say behind the scenes too, Jay, that you're going to be on Chris Eaton's podcast too, right?
Well, I'm on the 15 Minutes of Lame this season, and me and him are working on a show that we're going to do together. Paul's involved with that as well.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, I guess the bang lace has been made.
Dang.
Said that Nathan made it. I'm gonna check that out. What's his business name? You guys know his business name?
PIP. I can't remember. I
Is
can't
it
remember what it
PIP?
stands for. Yeah.
Okay. I would have checked that out. I wish you were in your snake room too, Jay. I like draw some snakes, bro. He's like, man.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see my crap.
Pastel in his hand.
Hey, man, everyone got to start somewhere, bro.
Right?
Like I said, I've been on here before and stuff, like where me and Will, we've been at expos and stuff. We sat there, we were like, man, I remember we started off with a shitty tablecloth where we were borrowing it from people.
It's not even a tablecloth.
Not even a tablecloth. It was like a picnic table. It was like a picnic table plastic thing with deli cups. That was it. Like, hey, everyone got to start somewhere, man.
I've already
Yeah.
started like accumulating banners and backdrops and stuff. Like
We got-
little
now
by
we got
little, I'm getting
Banners,
things that I need.
Yep.
tablecloths.
Yeah, that's what I gotta start doing.
Business names in it.
Yep, it's actually so we went to so the one that you guys see that I use on Instagram and stuff. I go to Fabric Sign Guys.
Yep,
that was the
I know
one.
who they are.
Yeah, Fabric Sign Guys was the one, and then tablecoversnow.com was for the table covers where you can have your logo or whatever. table covers, that are customized, and they're actually a really quick lead time on them. I think it's like a week.
My banner, from the time I got them, the files, and went over how I wanted it set up, I think I had it in less than a week.
Yeah, it was nice.
Total time was less than a week, or right at a week. So design time, print time, and ship time was all inside of a week.
Yep. You got QR codes and stuff, Jay? Like you got business cards and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, the QR. I know that the QR codes are pretty helpful too. But I noticed too, like we were talking about this too, like a lot of the expo people and stuff like that, like they don't know what Morph Market is. They just go to these, expos.
Go to the shows.
I also own my own website too.
Oh, do you?
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah, dude. So
that's why I wanted to go. That's why I want to go back to school for graphic design.
I didn't go to school for any of that shit, and I learned how to do it on my own.
Yeah, but it also does for your video, the splicing and all that.
I'm really good at that stuff.
He's good at it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. But it also teaches you web design, and
I figured that all out on my own.
Yeah. The more you play with it and stuff, the more you can figure it out. You just got to get the programs and just mess
I'm a
with
dumb
it.
crown eater, remember?
Yeah, so that was here we'll go back to it or whatever. So like the first part of this is what I made, and then when it switches over into the other part, that's what Carr made. And then Jay sent me some too or whatever. I think I put them on my story and stuff that he made for this podcast and stuff. That's the wrong one.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
So I mean, like that's the stuff that we just do. Like you don't have to have a degree for that. And and Jay made one's just he sent me and stuff, and I put my Instagram story. Like, promotion's key, man.
Yeah.
And cars.
Where did you get?
That taught me, it's the CapCut program, the app for that.
Yeah.
You sit there and plug in, your clips.
Is that what you use?
Yeah, I use CapCut.
I use CapCut Pro, and I also use Canva Pro. Like I'll make things on Canva Pro and then integrate it into my CapCut videos.
Oh, will you?
Right.
See, I didn't know about that one.
Like everything from like wording, I'll make it on CapCut and then transparent background, and then I'll put it as an overlay on my CapCut videos.
Okay.
But I have the Pro version for both of them.
Right.
The Pro version offers you a lot more transitions, a lot more effects.
Yeah, more sounds and stuff.
That was it.
It's only like $7 a month.
Is that all it is?
Yeah, it's worth it.
I might have to get back with you or whatever when we're done with this and get the information that
I have an editing software. It's called Filmora. It's actually a video editing software, though.
Right.
So when Paul was campaigning for 15 Minutes of Lame, I think I made 95%. I don't know. Paul could verify that, but I think 95% of his reels I made.
Oh, really? So you're the secret behind the fame of that.
Yeah. What did Paul do?
Yeah, Paul, I gave you credit for that.
Paul won all the judges over because the videos and the reels, the popularity, that was only 25% of the votes.
Yeah.
Oh,
he got all of it though. Even the tiebreaker gave it to him.
Yeah,
it's at 98%.
Right.
So my portion of that was a very small percentage of him winning. I mean, that's all on Paul.
Yeah, but the judges looked at that too.
I'm sure they do.
Right.
But they all knew because it wasn't a secret that I was doing it, because during the debates, that's when it first came out. Plus, other people that were involved with the contest knew, because I was making videos for a couple other people too.
Oh yeah.
See,
Paul had me on call though, like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting out of bed because he's got a great idea.
The only reason I wanted to go to school is so I didn't have to figure it out. They would show me. I would learn it faster than trying to do it myself and make all those errors and learn from those. if they showed me how the process, they, that's what they do. So
Yeah,
So
watch
with
the YouTube
mar-
videos, man. YouTube, there's tons of shit on there for
with
stuff
marketing and all that, I have a little bit of
Like
history
editing.
with that.
see, I
Like,
thought about that going
and
for accounting.
in other arenas, like so I used to work in the vape industry, and I was a coil builder. I built like the real intricate, crazy coils, and I picked up sponsorships. I had a pretty big following on Instagram. So marketing that stuff. Plus, I worked for a store. A guy that I know, he created a store, and we were in our area. We were the only one with an in-house coil builder. People used to just watch me spin coils up. Like it just brought people into the store.
Where are you at?
Right now I'm in Pennsylvania, but I did all that when I lived in Newark, New Jersey.
New Jersey. Where are you at in Pennsylvania?
Right outside of Scranton.
Fine. I was gonna say I used to live in Newark, Delaware.
That's probably about 3 hours for me.
Yeah.
Because Gettysburg is like 2.5 hours. That show's coming up in a few months. I try to make it to all of the Pennsylvania shows. They just added one up in Scranton, which I love because it's literally 2 blocks away from my office.
Nice.
I would say we tried to get into Hamburg, I think.
Hamburg?
Yeah, Hamburg.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if that is the actual location anymore. Yeah, PA. Chris knows. PA gang. I read something that the Hamburg location isn't that same location anymore. I don't know. I have to verify all that because that's one of the main shows. I even used to go to that show back when I was doing retics because I used to get my my feeder rats. Yeah, Morgantown.
Oh, is that where mine is? The Morgantown?
Yeah, yeah.
I just saw.
I heard it's a much nicer looking venue too.
I know right where Morgantown is. I've been there a bunch because I'm a West Virginia fan.
It's funny because my old first sergeant, I call him, he's a sergeant major, but I meet him out there every once in a while when he's in Morgantown. Like I'm still pretty close with my chain of command, my soldiers from when I was in the military. I talk to those guys almost daily.
Yeah, no, I don't talk to any of them. Well, that's not true. I talked to a few of them. Like we're supposed to be going back down to Camp Lejeune sometime this spring for a shop function type, like a get together. But I haven't heard much more about it. I got other stuff that's got to get done.
Yeah.
Daytona is more important to me than seeing those guys because they're just air wingers.
I used to I had an FFL for a while, so I used to make custom firearms, and I used to vend the gun shows around here.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I stopped doing that because the ball python stuff took over.
Takes up a lot of time.
It does. It does.
Making custom firearms takes a lot of room. You gotta have blades and mills and like
tables.
I used to deliver to a place that did those. So, yeah.
I actually went to school. I'm a certified gunsmith. So, but
are you?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I haven't used it in so long that the market's probably way past what I would have to go do refresh.
Actually, believe it or not, now the market's good because people are buying firearms like crazy right now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about the technology part of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And the way stuff's put together. Like I used to know a Glock trigger, like, you know.
I've done a lot of custom SIGs. I'm a big fan of Sig Sauer.
I like.
I got a lot of.
I don't think I like SIGs. I like HK.
HKs. I like HKs too. I have a couple of.
I don't have any of those. I have a bunch of Glocks.
So I have probably 90 firearms, and not a single one of them is a Glock.
I like the 4th and 5th gen Glocks. The 1st gen Glocks are they're pretty much.
Majority of what I have is so I have a lot of suppressors. I've filled out a lot of Form 1s.
Yep.
I have a lot of suppressed short barrel rifles. You know, PDW stuff.
Mm-hmm. I got the shortest barrel legally on all of my AR platforms.
What do you got? 7.5 or smaller?
No, it's legal for rifle is like 16.
Oh. Yeah, 16 is the smallest. I have 7.5
Yeah.
inch PDWs.
Yeah. Now you can do the 7.5 with the pistol grip, with the brace, and be legal. But if you put a stock on it, it becomes a short barreled rifle.
Yep.
You have to have a tax stamp and all that.
$200.
Yep, 200.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait like 8 months.
And it's not guaranteed that they'll approve you for it. And if you don't get approved, you don't get your money back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
government taking money again.
I still hold a valid top secret security clearance, so all of my stuff it goes pretty quick. Like even when I go buy a firearm, the check goes really quick.
I've never been denied at point of sale, not once. But I used to hold Yankee White, so you know, like I haven't had that in decades. I had Secret for the longest time, and I had it for 5 years after I got out, but it's since been inactivated. So
I have a lifetime.
How did you get that? It's got to be renewed every 5 or 10 years.
I haven't renewed mine, but mine's still valid. I have mine also through my job too. So with my job,
they renew it.
I'm in charge of a lot of DoD accounts.
Yeah. So you have to have it.
Yeah. Like every DoD account. Yes, sir. I'll talk to you later, Paul. Every DoD account that we service, I'm in charge of that.
Okay.
I mean, that's one of the main reasons I got recruited into this company. That and my boss, he's worked with prior military. He used to be security for Brinks. And he's seen my resume and he was like, "Yep, we're getting this guy." I was hired before I even showed up. He told me after the interview, he was like, "It's a great interview." He's like, "But I gotta tell you, you were already hired." I was like, "Then why'd you make me go through that?"
Yeah.
Why not?
They did.
Paul's gone.
Oh.
I don't know what you guys were talking about when I was gone. I had talked to Wade and stuff.
Firearms.
Oh, that
firearms and what show were we trying to get into in Pennsylvania? Was it Hamburg?
No, it was Gettysburg.
Oh, Gettysburg.
It was Gettysburg.
Hamburg is now in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
No, Morgantown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
I don't know where that's at. I thought it was in Morgantown, West Virginia. There's one that just opened up in Morgantown, West Virginia, too, then.
No, yeah.
So there's Gettysburg, there's Hamburg/Morgantown, there's the Oak Show down by Philly, there's a Williamsport show, and there's now a Scranton show. So we got like 6 shows that are.
Have you ever been to any of them?
I've been to all of them except for the Williamsport one.
What are the ones for us? Because like for me, we'll just sit there and drive like what 8 hours to or so. Like what would be worth it?
The one in Morgantown is 7 hours and 59 minutes from us.
Gettysburg is a good show. I like going to Gettysburg just because of its history.
Right.
You know, I could spend the whole day just roaming around looking at the museums and the battlefields and stuff like that. I actually went there for Veterans Day for that show, and it was I thought it was epic because I was there for Veterans Day.
Oh, gotcha. I got a question from Steven. We'll do this individually. Question for you all. What all projects do you think are currently the most in demand, and what projects are you wanting to buy/invest more into? Real quick, though, Car has a snake that one he wants to show off, so we'll show off.
No, this is just an annoying snake that was driving me nuts in the background.
Oh, okay.
But,
okay. You can still show it off, though. What is it?
It's a snake. No, it's the fire leopard, spot nose, 100% het clown.
Isn't that one you have for sale?
Yeah, kept climbing up on the
hold it up
thing
to the
over there, and I
camera so
kept hearing
people
this
can see it
every
if they want
5
to
minutes.
play
It was driving me nuts. So I had to
We'll
pick her
see
up.
it. It said just if we
What?
pull up in the camera, like we'll see some close-up views of it. There you go. Spot nose fire.
Oh, let's see if we can get her head to sit still.
That's pretty cool.
Fire, spot nose leopard, 100% het clown.
That's nice.
Let's see if we can get her. Oh, she just peed on my keyboard. Awesome. Thank you.
All
Thank you for that.
All right, so back to Steven's question. Question for you all. What all projects do you think are currently the most in demand, and what projects are you wanting to buy into / invest more into? Recessive projects for sure, 100% where the market's going. That's without a doubt, because if you haven't noticed, Steven, I don't think you were in here when I pulled it up. Pull it one more time for you. This here is your demand projects that are going on right now that are non-recessive. Well, I mean, or they're, let me rephrase that. They're under $1,000.
Right.
Okay, so at this point where the market's going, so total ball python market is 34,953 as of today. 37,851 of that is anything that's under $1,000. Okay,
That's like a total difference of like 7,000.
that's crazy. That's insane.
That's
Like anything. Like, if you were to literally take off anything off that market that's under 1,000, like you literally only have like 7,000 ball pythons. That's insane.
Right.
For me, high demand. I think the future is going to end up being the gorilla, only because I personally have one. I was one of 4 to have it. He's going to
How
be.
could it be in high demand if hardly anybody knows what the fuck it is?
No one knows what it is.
It's not in high demand.
Well, when I
I
was talking to Antoine about it, DPR, they're like, dude, like they had so many people hitting them up on that. Like,
that is not true. There's a lot of people that know about it now that Antoine put the video out about it.
Right.
A lot of people
now that you guys finally put a little clarity video out there about it.
Well, yeah, I tell people to go look at my Tinley video back in October, because that's when we were there sitting there. He explains the gorilla gene and all the other genes that he has that he's been working with. So if you guys haven't checked that out, Steven, check that Tinley video out on my YouTube channel. It was a couple months ago and stuff. He goes over the gorilla gene. It's insane. I do have one of 4 that he released. I think it's going to be high demand. Other than that, I love hypo. I can't go wrong with hypo. I don't care what it is. As far as price wise, I like the hypo DG combos. I don't know, Jay, what do you think?
I think right now, Sunset is got a lot of hype around it. There's a lot of work to be done with it. Me personally, I'm not interested in it yet. I got to see some more stuff come from that. For what I want to invest more into is probably Ultramel. I don't have too much of it, but I do like Ultramel a lot, and there's still a lot of stuff that could be done with that. Cryptic is another thing that I do have a lot of. Not a lot of people care for it. I like it, so I'm gonna run with it and see what I can create with that. Everything that I have Cryptic is Amur from the Amur line, but everything is Desert Ghost as well.
Okay. See, I think that based like my project wise too, I'm really deep. I mean, heavy deep between what I made and the visual. Like I set that project up so well. I was so proud of myself. Was the Hypocon project. I'm so set up for that project. I hatched the red stripe, blackhead, pin, double head hypo clown girl. Got the GHI red stripe, NG double head hypo clown girl. Got the stranger double head hypo clown girl. Got the blackhead double head. Got the NG double head. I held back 2. Will bought the 2 blackhead girls, and Carr actually bought the blackhead NG double head boy and the blackhead pin double head girl. So and then I bought my visual, which was the black pastel hypo clown boy. So Carr took my backup, unfortunately, but that's okay.
I love black pastel and hypo together. I
do too. I do too. I love it too. That's how I want a black pastel one.
Black pastel I want is the Barnhart line.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, black pastel is black pastel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I said myself, like, as far as, investment, I'd like to invest more into puzzle. I'd like to have a puzzle mail at some point. I need to, like Jay said, he said that, he only has 7 males compared to his 30, which is a great problem. I think I got, fucking 50. I think I probably got about 50 total snakes I'm working with, besides like what's not for sale. I think I got like 8 males that are worthwhile. So I'd like to get a puzzle male at some point with some codoms in it, because the males I thought that I had, I ended up trading them for rats, which ended up saving my ass in the long run, because they were a super special and a super pastel red Xanthic boy. Just had no need for them at that point. I fixed that.
I've been thinking about getting into puzzle. Pick up a pair maybe.
Yeah. So I actually had someone that wanted to trade me my hypo puzzle girl. I'm like, no, that's not happening. So the hypo puzzle is outstanding. So she's going along good. She's spicy as shit. So she's getting up there. But the hypo puzzle girl, love her. Will not sell her. Will not trade her. She's mine. Car found her, actually.
Well, what's she weighing in at? Is she pretty close, or
no?
Looks like another year or so.
She got probably about another year or so on her.
Yeah.
I just moved her up. I think I picked her up probably about a year ago. It was probably about a year ago, wasn't it, Car?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she's 730.
Yeah, it was around Tinley last year.
Yeah, she's 730.
It would have been around Tinley last year.
So that was an outstanding pickup with that one. And I had someone that wanted me to trade me. I'm like, yeah, she's not going nowhere.
Right.
Not at all. Not one bit.
So
what do you want to invest more into, Car?
what do I want to invest more into?
Yeah.
Probably just more of the clowns. I definitely want to get Stranger added to my collection. I'm definitely going to invest more into Hypo Clown. Get some more Hypo Clowns going. And probably some pies. I want to up my pie game.
Yeah, that's what I need to do too. Is the pie game? My pie game is so weak.
I'm gonna have a lot of pies coming out. So
do some pies, and I'm probably going to get into Monarch too.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, so okay.
You did say that. What do you think you're weak at, Jay, in your collection?
Hypo.
Even though you love it, you don't got much of it.
I have enough of it to get done what I'm planning on doing. So eventually, I want to tie Hypo DG Clown all together with other incomplete dominance into it. But
yeah,
for sure.
Right.
I got the Mojave Hypo getting ready to breed. She's getting ready. Here in a couple of months, she should be laying to the Super NGGHI Hypo boy. So I'll have all hypos. That'll be nice. Add more hypos to the collection and stuff. Because I love hypos. I don't care what they go for. I love them.
Right.
That's one of the ones like where they sit there and tell you breed what you like. I like hypo. I always have. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna attend to Wade and stuff to see how he's doing. So I appreciate you guys tuning into the podcast. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you having me on, man.
There you go.
Fun. Will, take care. I'll see you in the morning. I gotta pack up snakes and stuff too for the expo in the morning. So I gotta start doing that so I can just grab and go.
I was gonna say that's what I'm gonna do right when we get off of here.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do too. I want to grab and go. So, Car, it's good seeing you, man.
Take it easy.
March, we'll be doing some badass videos for Tinley in March. So
yeah, I'm gonna be down in March
for sure. We do open panels at times, Jay, where we have other breeders come on too. That everyone has been on the podcast. We just bullshit and stuff like that and see where the hot topics are in the day. And also, I haven't said it either today. Is rest in peace, Brian Barczyk. That was one of the ones I did forget to say earlier in the podcast with people and stuff. So, rest in peace to him and prayers to that family and stuff. So, I'm just glad that he's not suffering in pain no more. So,
we lost a legend.
And we did.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Hope you guys take care. Have a good weekend. We're out. See ya.
Peace.